call this meeting of the Brattleboro Housing Partnership to order. First order of business is to review and approve the minutes from the meeting of November 9th, which was our annual meeting. Do I hear a motion for approval?
So moved.
Second?
I'll second.
Okay. Comments, corrections? I think, Mary, you did these minutes and they were very complete.
I think I took notes and Chris fleshed them out.
Are you ready to vote? All those in favor of approving the minutes as circulated, please say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, no. Abstentions?
One.
Okay, thank you. Resident and citizen participation. We have citizens here, but no residents other than Tom, who's a member of the board. So, anything, as a resident, do you want to participate, Tom?
Not particularly.
Okay. Good. Moving on to business of resident interest and staff reports to property managers. The blue report. The first sentence says it all. We've removed approximately 350 applicants due to ineligibility or no response. So there has been an updating of waiting times. 0 to 1 bedrooms, 18 to 24 months, 2 bedrooms, 36 months, 3 bedrooms, 12 to 18 months, 4 bedrooms, 18 to 24 months, and 5 bedrooms, undeterminable. Any other comments on this? On to the white rent collection performance reports. Notice what is circled now is the not collected rather than the collected.
I was gonna say who caught it.
I did go through these rather thoroughly before our meeting. And I was concerned to see the Moore Court not collected at 46%. Are there people, is the FSS program being subscribed here at Moore Court?
I don't know.
Is it Christmas coming?
That's certainly a big piece.
Yeah.
Thanksgiving and Christmas.
Yep.
Thanksgiving,
Yeah.
Yeah.
I
Christmas.
knew there was another holiday.
Yeah, because Ledgewood is up 30,
Yeah,
36 and a
yeah,
half.
the family properties
Yeah.
always
Yeah.
take a hit at this time of year.
The other is people tend to spend more because they expect to get income taxes back in January, February, March. So they sort of let the rent slide, unfortunately.
Any comments on this?
There's 46% community. How is that compared to traditional? Seems to me it's been that way for a while anyhow.
More,
That's exceptionally high, I think.
well, I suspect if I went back and looked at the trends over the years, this period would be high
It would
for
be.
rent payable, yeah. This might be a little higher than usual, but probably not too far off.
The one that, it's small, but Melrose, they usually have nothing. That's not,
Yeah.
and it's for almost 5%, which is odd.
Yes. Next order of business is to approve write-offs as follows. 3 accounts at Ledgewood Heights for a total of $2,600.86, and 2 accounts at Moore Court for a total of $1,181.76. Do I hear a motion?
So moved.
I think I asked this before, the write-off is more or less a pro forma thing, and there's still a chance of collecting some of this?
We will still go after people for collection.
Mhm.
This is simply to remove these from our accounting books.
So that's a pro forma thing?
Well, it's an accounting.
Yes,
Yeah.
accounting thing, yeah.
Yeah. But it also means that we're not having much success collecting right at the moment.
I think I'll figure that out.
Right. Are you ready to vote? All those in favor of approving these write-offs, please signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed, no. Abstentions, none. Approved. Program managers on the FSS, PH, Family Self-Sufficiency Program in the yellow. The Resident Services Coordinator in the orange, with the family feature, and the SASH program. So let's start with the FSS. I'm pleased to see additional people from Section 8 as part of the family self-sufficiency.
Right. Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
So there are
Very
41 in
good.
public housing and 27 in Section 8.
Mhm.
Will this be sufficient to maintain her program?
Yes,
Okay.
the two positions, yes. And we just actually got the funding, the grant award.
Great,
came in.
because I thought 75 was needed.
75 is needed and this is plenty. And I think
For now.
when we, right now, but when we submitted the grant renewal, given the way we were to count participants, I think we had about 85 or 86,
Good.
so.
Comments? For two very exciting success stories.
Yeah, that was nice, yeah.
One is a participant who has graduated, she's worked hard and reached her goals, both employed and continuing with her education to further enhance her employment skills in the healthcare profession. Other has just finished her degree in accounting with all A's and will be starting to look for a job in this month. So, really
Great.
a great success.
Not to mention quitting smoking just
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
foreseeing the expense. I thought that was a huge success.
Yeah. I don't know how people afford cigarettes.
No, I don't either. But quitting is not easy.
No.
So the Orange Resident Service monthly report. Lorelei is still coming back slowly.
She will be starting back at the end of the month. We're happy to report.
Wonderful. And her newsletter, the Family Feature,
Mm-hmm.
is very attractive.
Yeah. That's great. We thought it was important for her to get this out. And our priority was to make sure that the meals for the kids during the vacation periods were covered. So we thank Chelsea and the volunteers at Northcourt and Ledgewood for that.
Wonderful.
They really helped a lot.
That's great.
Yeah.
And Sash?
Talk about Yankee Candle, they just were sold again.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Who bought this?
And they were owned by Jarden Corporation, I can't remember. It's Rubbermaid, something or other, it's two names, it's Rubbermaid something, they make Sharpies, and I guess they make Rubbermaid stuff, I don't know, they just said it made Sharpies.
And now they're making scented candles.
Huh? Excuse me?
It just happened?
I heard about it today. Yeah,
Ah,
yeah,
that's sort of big news.
yeah.
That's a big plan.
Well, Kringle is pretty much getting there as big as the other one. They really have a lot of people there.
But there's a lot more to Yankee Candle than what you see down there in Deerfield though.
Oh, yeah.
They're in malls all over America.
Oh, I know. And they're on TV shopping shows and all kinds of stuff like
Yes,
that.
yeah.
Yeah.
It's big business. I think it started in somebody's kitchen.
Mhm. Well, the guy who owns Kringle, it was his father
That
who
was his
started
father's
it.
story,
Yeah.
yeah. Yeah, it's kind of a little bit of a trick he pulled, I think.
I noted the SASH report that they're still working to make sure local providers know more about their existence and what they're doing.
Mm-hmm.
It was interesting to run into Jennifer Fitzgerald, who's the town
Oh,
nurse
yeah.
of Wilmington, whom I've known in other contexts.
Mhm.
So it's a good reminder. Glad to see her there.
Yeah, yeah.
Okay. Any more comments on this program managers and the written reports? The gray housing choice voucher, shelter plus care, and transitions to housing program.
The other thing you didn't mention is Bernie Sanders has invited everybody to a
Oh.
luncheon.
He always does. This is
Yeah.
always,
That's this week, isn't it?
yeah,
On the 17th.
yeah, this is a annual affair.
Nice.
So that the Section 8 program is going well as they begin using the higher fair market rents. Is that going to cut down the number of vouchers we can fund?
Yes, probably will, but that's always the balancing act that we have to do between wanting, David's very concerned because at one point we had a higher than usual number of participants that were paying more than 40% of their own income towards the rent. So it's balancing that with the number of vouchers, with the, a fair market rent or gross rent that's fair for the landlords and somewhat compatible with local rates.
But with all of this balance, it's important that none of the vouchers that are already out are going to be cut financially.
No, it will not be, no.
Shelter plus care. How nice to see the sentence, what a great year. We've had many 6 to 7 leave the program to permanent housing, which is great, mostly with the Section 8 voucher, which in turn has afforded us the opportunity to add 6 new homeless disabled folks to the program so far this year, and to have 3 newly approved folks searching. That's great.
How long is it taking people that are searching to find something?
It is taking a good 2 months.
Okay. Because I know someone else is searching in another program and hasn't been able to find anything.
2 months. And I always say that if you have David on your side, it goes, you get in faster. And actually, our numbers, whenever we've looked at it, in these two programs, because David and the case manager are so actively looking for apartments, people tend to actually get rented up faster than under the regular tenant-based program, which is interesting because the people in these two programs are usually the harder to house. So, but shows you what case management, a little advocacy, and
Yes,
help can do.
and hands-on personal work.
Is-
David has
yeah.
been great with that.
Yes.
Some comments on transition to housing.
Mhm.
He starts off with saying this has been a pretty tough month in transitions. Two families that received non-renewal of lease notices and left the program. One was out of the program because of the loss of custody of children. Who is providing case management for them, Chris?
It would depend. We have, I think at this point, 3 different, in this program, it's Winston and Prouty Center. It's all Prouty. So they're providing the case management.
Any comments, questions?
Before we move on, talking about the FMRs, in its infinite wisdom, HUD just sent out the actual approved proposed FMRs for 2016. The ones we adopted were the preliminary ones that they sent out. This is unusual. Usually those are the ones that are the final, so we've never run into this, but they weren't. So we,
FMR as a translation is fair market rent.
right. And so this includes what in the, down at the bottom, you can see the 2016, our proposed payment standard, and then that relative to HUD's proposed 2016 fair market rent. We cannot go below 10% of the HUD 2016 fair market rent, so that's what's caused some of this adjustment. And then we have a 5-bedroom rate because we peg our flat rents for public housing at the fair market rent that we're using in Section 8. And I'm so happy that we have been doing that for many years because now it's turned into such a big deal for housing authorities. So, it's not for us. It's one of few things that are not. And I believe that the utility allowances, heating, cooking, electric, water heating, all of that is unchanged from when you adopted these. So we would ask that you approve these and make them effective January 1, 2016. And I will tell you that David told me today, there are some recertifications of tenants that will need to be changed. Because we have to do them 2 months ahead of time in order to be able to send the tenant the 30-day notice of change. So we had to do these back in October or November. Well, October for
Right.
November, December. So there's a few that need to be changed.
Let me just ask you a quick question here. On the BHA proposed payment, $698, and then the HUD's fair market value, $775. What is the bottom line here? What happens there?
Well, HUD, in its wisdom, says that for a 0-bedroom, they think in Wyndham County, because it's done by the county, that the rent, they think a fair market rent is $7.75. Our rents have, because if you looked at a trend line over the last 4 years, HUD has raised the FMR and then really dropped it. And raised it a little and then it dropped it. And now it's raising it again. So what we've been trying to do is keep our rents fairly steady and increasing, but not in this peak and valley that the fair market rents have gone through. If we were doing that, it would be chaotic for the participants and it would be disaster for our budget. Because it takes a full year to implement any major rent change for the tenant. For the whole, all the tenants, all the voucher holders in the program. So what we've been doing is keeping ours a little below because of these fluctuations. So this year it's gone way up, and what we've done is say, okay, we'll be at 90%. You can be anywhere from 90% to below them or over them by 110%. So what we've done is moved all of ours up to be at least 90% of the fair market rent.
How much did you have to change what we had done in October?
I'm not sure it was that much of a change from what we had done, but last year when we did our Section 8 Management Assessment Program, one of the rates that we were using, we had, what's that called?
Rounded?
Rounded, thank you. We had rounded down because it was X amount of 0.43 cents, so we had rounded it down. And our field office contacted us and said, we're rejecting your CMAP because this rate is below the 90%. I couldn't believe it. So I went back to David and said, David, for 57 cents, guess what we gotta do? So we're now very careful about this. And it was just, I said, rounding, really, it was, 43 cents. They said no.
Okay.
We
are
so
within
this
the parameters.
we are
Yeah.
absolutely within the parameters, and I don't think that it was a huge change, but it was big enough that we felt it should be in the record that these were reviewed and changed.
Yeah.
I think we've had a motion.
No.
No. So I will entertain a motion to accept these fair market rents.
Okay,
We
Tom.
so moved it.
Tom moved it, okay, second?
No second.
Okay, thank
Thank
you.
you.
All those in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, no. Abstentions? Okay.
Thank you.
The fair market rents are.
Enacted again.
Yeah, I'm just thinking about that 57 cents, our government at work, that somebody sat there.
Right.
Yeah, no,
Yeah, they said they were gonna reject the whole certification, so.
The green is check ready.
I assume that No Work Masters is the one that's doing the window and door
Yes.
replacement?
Yeah.
Yes, that my eye was led to do $204,000 too. No, yes.
I didn't get down
And
that far
after
yet.
they come, again leading the parade is Green Mountain Power.
Yeah.
How are the doors doing? Are they
Well,
nice?
mine seems to be working okay. They inspected it today and found out my screen wasn't working properly. Somebody put the trim on the wrong side of the screen. I hadn't even noticed that, but as far as the door opening and closing and latching, it's working. And I can stand in front of it and not feel a little breeze coming in.
Yes,
That's good.
Yay.
So that is a definite plus.
We said that would be the case, so I'm glad to hear that.
Property redevelopment manager, I think we've just had the non-written report.
Right, yes, yeah.
Red Clover Commons. Before we do that, just to briefly review the meeting agenda and agenda dates that you all have in your packets.
They are behind the checklisting.
Yeah.
Oh, yes, right
Yes.
here, yeah, okay.
Now, this doesn't say draft, but this is a first cut at them. If you want to take them home and look at the
Yes.
books or whatever, please do so. And as you see on the top, it says first edition, because I'm sure there may need to be other editions.
Well, I just found that I'm going to be away on the 25th of January, so that our vice chair, I hope you will take over, please.
I guess I'm gonna have to.
Either that or we'll have to change the meeting, so, well, that would be good.
And I will be away at the end of February, and there's really no Monday in February that really works, given President's Day. So
Oh, so that's why we're having it on the 29th.
that's what happened, yes.
Yes.
I was wondering about that.
Yeah, just,
To celebrate leap year.
Right.
yeah, there we go, yes,
Yeah.
yes. I won't be here, so.
We're gonna make Mary work this year.
Mary, yeah.
It seems to me she's away around either February or March at the end of it. Every
Always.
single year.
This is right near my birthday,
Yes.
and I just don't think I should be here in the cold.
I don't blame you.
Okay.
Should have been born in June.
Hey, it wasn't my choice.
Update on project status and regular comments.
Well, to start, looking at this chart, I would draw your attention to the annual meeting, which we are ever hopeful will be held at Red Clover Common.
Wonderful.
That would be
On the
nice.
14th of November.
Yes.
That would really be it.
So that's, yeah, I just
That would
wanted
be
you to
very
see
symbolic.
that. Wouldn't that be great?
That would be wonderful.
We are hoping. Put that on there and said, Jack,
That's right.
on the schedule.
And Jack said, this is a first edition.
So, we didn't have photos, I apologize for that. I have not heard about our AHP grant. I'm hoping this is also folds into the third item. I am meeting on Thursday with Housing Vermont in Burlington to talk about the revised H&H study, which you all got, and
Yes.
I'm sure you found it fascinating reading. Talk to them about that and getting going on phase 2 and phase 3 of Melrose
Melrose study.
relocation and all that. So, and I'm hoping then, by then we will have heard something about the AHP from the federal.
PHP.
AHP, it's the
Affordable
Housing Program. There we go,
Thank
from the
you.
Federal Home Loan Bank of Boston.
Right.
So we were sponsored by People's Bank, which is the bank funding all of Red Clover.
Mhm.
And everything went in, we answered all the follow-up questions, and hoping that we'll hear good news.
Having leaped ahead with the monthly check listings, we can look at check signings. And Tom has been doing December.
I think I'm due pretty soon.
Shall I put you down for January?
Yeah.
Good, that was enthusiastic.
Yes, thank you.
Yeah, excellent.
Which one are you doing?
February.
February, okay,
Mhm.
Now, would you like March or April? Will you not be here by then?
yeah. I don't know, I don't know.
You're still till the end of June.
End
Until
of
the
June,
end of June,
okay.
so-
Yeah,
So
so
March
March
or
or
April?
April, she's get choice.
Probably April.
Okay, so I'll do March.
So where are you going the end of June?
I'm gonna have to retire because I'm too old.
No.
Oh, that,
Her term is
yeah.
up.
Term
Her term
is
is
up.
up.
My
Oh.
turn, that's, yeah.
Okay, I thought you were, like
No.
moving someplace.
No.
Yeah.
Do recall,
Yeah,
everyone with the exception of Pat
right,
is term limiting out.
Yeah.
So I was almost going to start putting that at the top where we have your names listed, and then I thought, no, that would just be sort of gruesome.
Yes.
Well, it gives us an opportunity to recruit people
Yes.
who are,
Um,
learn in the process.
Before you head into executive session, I do want to just make available to you again a new flyer that we got on this HUD initiated training. I have to confess, I haven't even tried to get into the website, but I do want to give you that new one.
I did go into the old one, but I didn't retain very much of it.
Okay, well, here's some more on it, and you can have it. I think it's the same site, I guess it's just more information.
New Year's Day falls on Friday, that's the first Friday in January, how are we gonna handle that?
We will sign our checks in
Oh,
December.
No,
Okay.
it's, but it's got some, it's different.
It's a little different date in December as well.
Okay, so I don't have to worry about that first. I don't have 5 weeks, I keep getting stuck with 5 weeks and I don't have it now. I'm very
So
happy.
it's the 8th, the 15th, whatever.
22nd and the 29th.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm ready to kick myself there. I
Yeah,
always
no,
take a
we-
5-week
We
run.
will not be working on the 1st.
Yeah, I didn't think so.
No? What? It's a good day.
Because we'll be going to parties.
Yeah. Home in front of the TV set with hot chocolate and slippers.
Well, that's a good party.
And now that we have check signing for Tom in December, Chris in January, Pat in February, and I will be in March.
And I got April.
Mhm.
You've got April.
Yep. So you gotta
Okay.
add April to your
Yeah.
your list here, guys.
Oh.
Okay. Do I hear a motion to enter executive session to discuss a matter where premature public information would be detrimental to the organization, a legal matter and a personal matter?
So moved.
Second.
Thank you. All those in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Nobody abstaining? Okay.
All right.